Key differences between democracy and aristocracy emphasize why the growth and spread of the former is important. In order to prove this, let's first look at democracy. To put it simply, democracy is generally seen as a system of government that generates equality as well as self-rule. Thus, in a democracy, everybody has equal opportunities and rights. However, democracy has its origins in ancient Greek city-states, those such as Athens, which actually leads to different interpretations in what democracy really is. Is it the democracy present in ancient Greece? Or is it the democracy present in today's society? In ancient democracy, there was face-to-face deliberation. In ancient Greece, although most citizens were politically equal, women and slaves were not. With today's large democracies, face-to-face deliberation cannot happen. However, everybody has political rights and liberties now. They are not simply assumed anymore. As for aristocracy, it is often considered the rule of the best. Because of this, there is clear economic and social dominance. Those with more money and greater titles had the most influence in the system. This was simply because the ruling monarchs in aristocracies would allow aristocrats to make money from land. In return, these aristocrats would give their supports to the monarchs. Without the aristocrats, the economy would fall in turmoil. Because political power came with economic and social power, the political system in aristocracies was said to be ruled by the rich. So why is the growth and spread of democracy important? It is because democracy is generally good for citizens as it leads to liberty. Samuel Huntington even said that liberty was the peculiar value of democracy. Next, democracy also helps the economy of the country in the long term. Countries like China may have increased growth now, but in the long term, they will not be able to maintain this. The economist Amartya Sen even said that one of the most remarkable facts in the terrible history of famine is that no substantial famine has ever occurred in a country with a democratic form of government and a relatively free press. Others, such as Eric Hobsbawm, Professor Emeritus at University of London, argue that no matter how hard the US tries to spread the democracy to parts of the world such as the Middle East, they will not succeed. The governments of such countries are simply not as legitimate enough to have democracy. But why does this matter to us? Why should we continue to try? First of all, a democratic world would have little to none wars, as history shows that democracies rarely wage war on each other. But more importantly, the world is becoming more dependent, both through trade and communication technologies. By liberating other countries and spreading democracy, the US can promote their own interests. This is something that aristocracy could never accomplish. This is why the spread of democracy is so important.